Good morning everyone, this is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, bringing you the morning comment for the 28th of October. US GDP data to take center stage. The dollar index maintained its gains and continued to hover near its highest levels since early February, as investors await for the US GDP data. In the last Friday of the month, the first estimate of US GDP for the third quarter will take center stage and may probably determine the dollar's near-term demand. The forecast is for the nation's growth rate to have skyrocketed to 2.5% quarter-over-quarter from 1.4% in the second quarter. We believe that the forecast is overly optimistic, and as such we view the risks surrounding it as tilted to the downside. Both retail sales and industrial production were lackluster during the quarter. What's more, the Atlanta Fed GDP Now model points to a growth rate of only 2.1%. Although we don't see a huge shift in market expectations as far as December Fed fund futures are concerned, we believe that a potential miss in GDP could have a considerable negative near-term market reaction. We also get the first estimate of the core PCE deflator for the third quarter, the Fed's favorite inflation measure, which is expected to have slowed. We also get the final University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index for October and the Employment Cost Index for the third quarter. During the Asian trading session, we had the usual end-of-month data dump from Japan. Core nationwide CPI for September stayed within the negative territory for the 7th consecutive month, while the core Tokyo CPI for October beat estimates and fell less than projected. The household spending data for September also fell less than expected, while the jobless rate for the same month declined against expectations of an unchanged reading. On balance, the data were not as bad as expected. With the Bank of Japan policy meeting looming early next week, these data are unlikely to push the bank into further action. What we could expect, though, is another stretch of the timing of the bank's inflation target, something pointed out by Governor Kuroda recently. In a new approach to avoid surprising the markets and make its intentions more predictable through better communication, Bank of Japan Kuroda seems to abandon his previous shock approach. As for the rest of today's data, during the European day, the focus will shift on Germany's preliminary CPI data for October. As usual, Germany's regional CPIs will be released ahead of the country's overall print. Thus, we will look at the larger regions for guidance on where the headline figure may come in. Expectations are for the national rate to have ticked up, something that is supported by the services PMI for the month, which showed that the pace of increase in output prices rose to a multi-month high. An acceleration in the German CPI could raise the likelihood that Eurozone's print coming out on Monday may follow suit. Eurozone's final consumer confidence index for October is also coming out. We have only one speaker scheduled on Friday, ECB board member Benoit Guer. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.